Have you ever felt a hug go cold? The kind that looks warm on the outside but feels empty within? Or noticed laughter that sounded right but never quite reached the eyes? You tell yourself it's nothing, that maybe you're imagining it. But deep down, something unsettles you. Your heart knows the truth, long before your mind admits it. There's a particular pain in realizing someone who walked beside you never truly stood with you. Not the sharp sting of an enemy, something slower, quieter, like trust, bleeding out drop by drop, until one day you wake up and realize you were standing alone the whole time. Remember when you shared something fragile, a secret, a piece of yourself? Days later, you heard it again from someone else's mouth, twisted, diminished, exposed. That's the betrayal of the fake friend. It doesn't explode like thunder. It arrives with a smile, with casual words, with a performance of intimacy that feels rehearsed. Because fake friends don't stay out of love, they stay because they feed off your light. The performance of loyalty. To the outside world, they're the perfect companion. Always there, always supportive, always clapping. But their applause rings hollow. Psychologists call this impression management, shaping yourself into whatever others want to see, curating a mask that looks like loyalty but hides the real self underneath. For some, this mask begins as survival. In childhoods where love was conditional, where authenticity felt dangerous, a child learns to perform to earn affection. But for others, the mask becomes darker, not just a defense, but a weapon. Not survival, but control. You notice the patterns. The friend who appears when you're down but disappears when you're rising. The one who comforts with words but vanishes when loyalty demands action. The one who claps while their smile hides envy. How long have they been practicing this role? Where the mask begins. Picture a child at the dinner table, watching his parents before daring to speak. He notices how his father's mood shifts the whole room. He learns that honesty can bring anger. So he reshapes himself, laughs louder when dad is happy, stays silent when mom is tired. Over time, he wears masks not from malice, but survival. Attachment theory explains this. How a caregiver responds creates a blueprint for all future relationships. Inconsistent love teaches children to twist themselves to keep affection close. Absent love teaches them to hide their needs and perform independence. Slowly, the mask feels safer than the skin beneath. The mask in adulthood. What happens when this child grows up? The mask doesn't stay for survival, it becomes manipulation. The fake friend of adulthood might have once craved nothing more than connection, but the habit of wearing masks becomes second nature. Now their smile conceals envy, their sympathy hides resentment, their companionship carries calculation. They lean close when you stumble because your weakness makes them feel secure. But when you rise, when you succeed, their loyalty fades. Your strength exposes their shadow, and that shadow is unbearable. The shadow of envy. Carl Jung spoke of the shadow, the parts of ourselves we reject or hide. The fake friend projects that shadow onto you. Your joy reminds them of their emptiness. Your courage reflects their fear. Your light becomes the mirror they can't bear to face. Instead of confronting the darkness within, they try to dim the light outside. Your victories feel dangerous to them. Not because they crave your failure, they resent your success. It exposes the hollow spaces inside them. The role of society. Fake friends don't exist in isolation. They thrive because the world rewards masks. From childhood, you're told to smile when you don't feel like it, to say thank you when your heart doesn't mean it, to nod along when every part of you disagrees. Society values performance over authenticity. Social media amplifies this. Scroll through your feed. Curated smiles, staged friendships, declarations of loyalty crafted for an audience. Here, fake friends thrive because performance looks more important than truth. Plato warned of this in his allegory of the cave. People chained in darkness mistake shadows on the wall for reality. We mistake the performance of friendship for friendship itself. The emotional cost. Betrayal doesn't just wound your trust in others, it changes how you see yourself. When a friend's mask slips and you see envy behind the smile, part of you wonders if you were blind, if maybe you deserved it, if your instincts failed. Psychologists call this the erosion of trust. Once betrayed, the mind second-guesses itself. You doubt not only others but also your own ability to see the truth. So you withdraw. You laugh in rooms full of people, but feel alone inside. Betrayal has convinced you it's safer to hide your real self. How healing begins. But betrayal doesn't have to define you. It can sharpen your vision. Healing doesn't mean closing your heart forever. It means learning to see clearly. Notice the cracks in the mask, the eyes that brighten when you stumble, the silence that grows when you succeed, the words that sound sweet but leave you uneasy. These signs aren't paranoia, they're wisdom. Boundaries help. They're not walls, they're windows. When you say no, you discover who truly values you and who only valued your compliance. Most importantly, healing means turning inward. Jung spoke of integration, facing the parts of ourselves we avoid. The envy, the fear, the hunger for approval. Once you stop betraying yourself, the masks of others lose their grip. The final lesson. The most dangerous fake friend isn't the one who gossips or envies. The most dangerous fake friend is the one you carry within. It's the self that silences your truth, the self that wears a mask to be loved, the self that chooses performance over authenticity. Every time you laugh when you want to cry, nod when you want to resist, shrink yourself to make others comfortable, you betray yourself. But when you stop, when you begin living authentically, you discover something rare. The people who matter lean closer. The ones who can't handle the truth fade away. And suddenly, you realize you no longer need the mask. Real friendship begins not with others, but with yourself. When you become your own ally, no mask can deceive you again. The mask may protect, but it also suffocates. Carl Jung, take it off. Live as you are. And in that courage, you'll find the people who never needed you to pretend in the first place. If this message spoke to something deep inside you, don't keep it to yourself. Like, share, and subscribe not just for more content, but to join a growing space where truth, healing, and self-discovery matter. This is Psyche Thera, and your journey is just beginning.